けじゃない。でも今は帰りたい。Let's see. Alright, seems to be up and running. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. It's in the Apollo Justice trilogy, so... Anyway. Normally, on Wednesday, I would be streaming Pokemon, but we're like in the middle of what seems to be the final trial. So I didn't want that to wait till Friday. So... Ace Attorney. I did say that at the end of the last stream, at least. Not that anyone's here, but, you know. Let's get the game open. If I do finish early, because I'm not sure how long this will take, I'll probably just stop. Because I didn't actually do any grinding in the Pokemon game for levels and stuff, because I just didn't. I did, however, make some very nice brownies yesterday. They've got like walnuts in them, and I made a fudge topping for them. They're very good. Very a lot, though. But also, my phone fell on the floor and is not working properly. The screen is messed up. It's like halved its revolution. It's like got ghost images off to the left. And it's not responding properly to inputs. So that's fun. I've transferred anything important off of it at least. And I'll have to go and see about doing something about it. I needed to do that anyway. I mean, the bank app stopped working a bit ago. So like it needs updated if it wants to be functional for anything other than looking at the internet. Oh well. I'll have to do that later today though. May 19th, High Court of Karain, accused lobby. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. Oh, that's right, Queen Amida got shot by one of the reigning queen's guards, I guess is how you would put that. Godon's forces or whatever the hell. Anyway, I guess I didn't summarize anything, but I don't usually do that anyway. It's fine. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. You think Godon put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amida. Your benevolence. Any news on her condition? She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. Godon, justice will be served. Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amida. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Hornhead? Darkseid Mahi was your father in all but blood, after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. That's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature. Let's on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? Turk, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Godon or Amara's plan. Man, our dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There is a very good chance that Godon is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court. Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ. The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in the day's work. Ugh, am I kidding? It's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The Honorable Rebel Dirk Sadnahi. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Okay, so maybe my earlier theory when I saw that picture had been right, and he is, Amada's kid, and plus also Dirk's kid. Or she is, and I guess they would have kept quiet because, you know, Amada was supposed to be dead. Just pretend she's Godon's kid instead. It's fine. No one will notice. Did she bump her head or something earlier? Trial is about to resume. Defense is to report to the courtroom at once. You didn't move your mouth during that. I swear you usually do. Odd. Already? After what just happened? The first thing Godon will do is respond to that last accusation. So you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Godon, here comes justice. May 19th, High Court of Kadain. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Huh? Where's Nagita? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence? It is quite all right, your majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, your majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Indeed. During the break, the real killer confessed to me. What the? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real real killer confessed. What's she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. Oh, we're missing a prosecutor. And here he is. He's the one who confessed. Prosecutor said, Mahi, you're the real killer. I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amina had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Mahita, you didn't really do it, did you? Well, we don't actually know what he was up to during anything. It's entirely unlikely, but it's going to be hard to prove since he essentially didn't exist on like the premises until the trial started. Well, actually, he was over there, no. We saw him out during investigation. That's not it. He definitely didn't do anything, but it's gonna be hard to prove. Her Eminence speaks the truth. I was who killed. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Ayuta! Peace. Prosecutor said, Mahi, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Not Utah! Retract your confession! Now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it! It was Queen Garon who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? It is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like God got him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Mahita, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do God's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor said, Mahi, your testimony, please. Mahita's confession. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kanain. I consider divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I'm ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nagita? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nahita, or the Queen.
Objection!
Enough. This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his problematic testimony to smithereens. Nahita's confession. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime.
Hold it!
You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer. Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Prosecutor Sadma, he's placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Karain would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney. I'm going to ask you again, Nahita. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes. No matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga.
Hold it!
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Ugh. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nahita? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Prosecutor Sadmahi, what was the motive for your crime? I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Karaina.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? Long have we remained the independent under the authority of our spirit-medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if a spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amada perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire struck, as sporadic as that was. It was, therefore, something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim. It's hard to press a statement like that. Now, if I may return to my testimony, I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch.
Hold it!
Divine judgment. Yes, I render judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Highness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrificed my soul to protect this kingdom's future.
Oh, snap out of it already, Nagita.
So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him?
Well, Amada expressed us here a similar motive.
As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title. My mother was simply covering for me. I'm ashamed I let her go so far for my sake.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga, and Queen Amada staged the crime. Is that how it went?
Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself.
Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in his testimony, but how? Nagita, could it be you? You didn't realize that Nana was actually Queen Amada, your own mother?
That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all.
Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt?
No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother.
Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that?
I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time.
Nagita, please add that last statement to your testimony.
I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amina, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her.
Hold it!
15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Dirk helped Queen Amada escape?
Agents of the Crown pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live life on the run. Mr. Justice, no, Dirk sent you away so that you would not be caught up in that life we led.
I see. Thanks. I can't believe it's been 15 years.
Apollo, there's something about Nagita's testimony.
Yeah, that discrepancy is a bit hard to miss, but what could it mean?
So Nagita got to meet his mother back when Dirk rescued her.
That's what he's saying. It's news to me, though. I had already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it?
I think we need the picture.
Objection!
You were saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amada 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago.
That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago.
Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago.
He said that.
he did, but if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense.
This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. It does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old.
Take that!
Nahita, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dark said the baby in the photo was you. But that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there, over something.
Apollo, if this baby is a Nahita...
Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run?
What?
And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nahita, is that why you obey Queen Godon's every command?
You presume too much.
And that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child.
A child born 15 years ago. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now.
This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. Oh, those strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Prosecutor said, Mahi, may I ask you something?
Of course, your benevolence.
Hold on, let me... There. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday.
I thought I was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her. I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see.
I cannot accept this.
Is something the matter, your benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. Now I see, Nahita, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was...
Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you are about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as a child of terrible sinners.
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation.
Yeah, it was like there was a thing in here, wasn't there? Oh no, he was expelled from the royal family. Page 34.
Take that!
And that is
A file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Godon, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. Yuta, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me?
You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I.
No, I cannot accept that. What you say is, it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you?
For country, queen, law, and everyone's future. My personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Karain until the day Raifa succeeds me. For that is what is best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence.
Mahita, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future. No! Nahita, I knew, would never let himself be turned into this.
Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nahita. But I know that deep down, there's still hope in your heart.
Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me.
It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know, because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
Yes.
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this.
Did he take your attorney's badge too? No, I thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind.
So tell me, Nagita, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Why you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream. Not until my very last breath.
A dragon never yields, right?
Exactly. Nagita, Apollo, I vow to restore Kadain's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live for free from the fear of tyranny.
You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will, because you still believe that all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you?
You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me.
Save you?
Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Nagita! Apollo! Hold on, I'm coming! What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nagita, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand? Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps, deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father.
Nagita, I knew you...
However, it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way.
But...
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering, the immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Ugh. Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, verdict, if you will.
Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second. What do I do?
Does the defense wish to raise an objection?
There's got to be some way to save Nagita.
Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal.
So if we could, for once and for all, prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Hamada.
Right. Nagita and Raifa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal.
But I thought there wasn't any evidence left. Because it was all destroyed in the fire. Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new.
Really? Nothing at all. Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Paulo.
Uh-huh. He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple God on with somewhere.
Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of this situation within there.
Got it.
If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict.
No, wait! About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share.
You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial.
Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here?
Very well, then. What is the source of your new information about the case 23 years ago? I'm gonna spirit channel him. No reason to have this and also the name without, doing that. We have a new witness.
Take that!
A photograph?
Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago?
How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amida. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes.
Well, about that. The truth is, he was my biological father.
Oh? What? Why, of course. With this photo and her benevolence.
Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having a criminal blood in her veins. Because here, in Karain, we can witness the final memories of the dead.
Oh, what utter nonsense. There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze.
That's what you think. Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us.
He did.
Yep. Boys, the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we?
As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amida is a case we can ill afford to leave open. I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Why you?
Your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course. Leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is Jove Justice. All right.
Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready. Been hunched over.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Just gotta remember to turn it back off once this animation is over. Alright. Alright, burning heat. Crying. Baby. Ooh. There's a hand back there, metallic. So, looked like they had a glove on. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo.
I will now decipher the experiences of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of facts as gleaned from the seance vision.
Insight. Right, was insight.
Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly, he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago?
Hold on, go back. Because we can see the, because we can see that this person's very clearly wearing a glove. So that should...
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better. Very well. I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help you refine the seance vision. Or perhaps that will help refine the seance vision.
Got a sleeve on.
It does seem that there was a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation. Well, the fact remains they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights.
But if someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, then we know not to whom it belongs.
Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found.
Have any other visuals been made clearer? It doesn't really look like it. Burning, growing heat. Let me check something. Looks... it the same design? Just looks more blue, but that could just be the lighting. Sleeve.
Objection!
Your benevolence. This insight is inconsistent with the vision.
That's not what I look at.
Oh, please do tell. Where exactly does this inconsistency lie, Hornhead?
That's not what I meant.
Well, it's kind of hard to say, especially when you put me on the spot like this.
Defense will only present opinions that won't collapse under pressure. I had an opinion. I had something to point out. I just don't know how to do that.
Guess I'd better take a closer look at the insights in the vision before I try again.
Is there anything else? Sound, burning heat, pain. The lighter doesn't look very specific, so that's not helpful. Why are the chairs reflective? Oh no, that's not the chair, it's the plate, I suppose. That's fine. Who not to whom it belongs. That's the only thing that's changed, the visuals and the... Let me just... You can see it. Metallic sound, normal, fine. Let's see. Maybe I need to look at the sensations better. Maybe something else is going on with them. Burning, heat. Crying, it's baby. Metallic sound is just a lighter falling on the ground. Don't really have anything about that. Incident involving Armada's private residence. slipped a sleeping pill and perished in the fire. Later had Dirk's fingerprints on it. His roving musician father got caught up in this incident and lost his life. He was struck in the head by the culprit. The victim's passport and any pictures of him were burned up in the fire. Right. Struck in the head. Yeah, it's not against that. Metallic sound matches up with that decently well. Do I just need to, like... Do I need to point out the sleeve again? Maybe it didn't catch it properly the first time? I don't know. Look at this. It's the same as the
Objection!
Master. Look at it with your eyes. Let me show you a picture. I did that. Did I just have the timing wrong? That's... Why? What statement was I even on, actually? What statement was I on? I don't know.
Wait, and then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around the wrist and around their wrist gives their true identity away. That design, it can't be. This will prove just whose hand was captured in the seance vision.
Okay, I must have had the timing off or something. That's annoying.
Take that!
That photo, you do believe the culprit to be. Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them.
You were referring to the cuffs of justice, correct?
Yes, I hear they're a traditional part of a Karaini's Justice Minister's attire.
But what does this tell us?
It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Karain's late Minister of Justice, Inga Karkul Karain.
I thought that...
No.
I thought Godon was the minister at the time, wasn't she? Do I have that information somewhere? I think she said it. I don't know. Not in here.
No. Not my father.
So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one. Justice Minister Inga. Dirk's innocence is innocent of both defiant dragons. They've been right all along.
Nahita?
What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Karain was not the Minister of Justice.
What?
The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... you, Queen Karan.
What?
Oh, right. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one.
So then, the figure in this vision is actually...
Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne.
She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amada. That's why she tried to assassinate her.
I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart?
Was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs. Oh, Nahita, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now, kneel before me and fill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while.
Nahita,
Nahita, you dare defy me. Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say?
final piece of evidence you left behind.
You don't look good in this turnaround. Oh boy.
Has released Nahita from his suffering. And now, he's finally free.
You got a tattoo too. I was kind of thinking about that when I was earlier. And all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed it was for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed.
A dragon never yields.
I will carry on Dark's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Gadon. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution. Insolent fool! Now even you will prattle on about revolution. You look at that. Well, Apollo, seems we're finally making some headway down the road Dirk carved out for us.
Yeah, we could just prove Codon's guilt, we could continue on down that road toward the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, your majesty. The cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Why, I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmahi has retracted his confession, we'll have to redeliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Godon, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul-Kadain. But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Godon was the killer. There's still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is. Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have spattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have to have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then...
Objection!
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
And you don't know us very well. Your benevolence? Yes. On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Godon, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Rifa, you would not dare. When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
Objection!
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Godon wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. I mean, they're in the tomb. But they got burnt again, I think, like the other ones.
tomb. You believe the clothing was hidden there?
Yes, it's the only place it can be.
Well, where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden?
Take that!
Oh my, you believe they were hidden there.
Well, that does seem rather ridiculous.
They were burnt, were they not? By that look on your face, I gather that even you realize how ridiculous your answer is.
Oops.
Bullseye.
Ugh.
Hello, the crime scene was thoroughly searched, remember? There is one place the Royal Guard didn't look.
Right.
Suppose the defense would like to try again. Very well, where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden?
Take that!
Of course, that makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden. They were returned to where they belonged.
And by that, you mean...
The killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there.
Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes.
Right. Before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case. I mean, we can test the blood on them.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. But I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this.
Take that!
The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood spatter came from...
Take that!
If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood spatter must have come from Minister Inga.
I thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party.
But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Godon hiding the clothes. No.
Only like 2 or 3 people had keys to that thing. It was locked. Her and the Justice Minister had keys, and I imagine, Amada may have had a key.
No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following.
The key to Amada's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who can open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Ah!
That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent. Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you are the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Gadain. Do not think for one moment that such... I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence. Impudence will tolerate, that's fine. Because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Gadon. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Me face justice. Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh. Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty. What? That can't be. Can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted. And yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law. For all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes a cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free. And yet, I don't see any other choice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Gadon of the crime she has committed. But
Such insolence!
what you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Rayfa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is as yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Khurain, I proclaim the following. All who imperil the crown, no
matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders.
What? Immediate execution?
Do you still not comprehend? And let me be clear, for the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Karain, I command that you be put to death at once.
What the? Isn't this going a bit too far?
Why is the god on royal guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, and under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death.
Objection!
It's a much higher voice.
Oh, come on, this is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process.
Hold it!
Look, Apollo, truth and due process are certainly important, but so is your life. So think before you speak again.
But
Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too.
what am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends?
It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity.
What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Godon? Please, that's super not the word.
Obviously, we can't give up. We have other things to do. Let's see, what can we do about this? I mean, the previous queen is still alive at the moment. If she'd ever died, what does that make you? Are you not properly the queen because there was already one, and maybe your laws don't mean anything? Does that help anything?
I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
You never fail to surprise me, Apollo.
Nahita, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids. A dragon never yields.
Apollo.
They are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor those words, and these words, and the memories of the ones who gave them to us.
I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. And it would seem, Apollo, not one, but two auspicious creatures that dwell deep within you. Fierce dragon, and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff.
I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody.
Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance?
Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear, or even the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of the truth. Because there is another saying in my country: truth will set you free.
Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or give in to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook. There's only one path before us: revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us.
Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Kadaim, then your very existence is wrong.
Does your desperate bleeding know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but it's a plan.
Well, if Godon is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and law itself derives its power from the authority of the crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her. Right here, right now.
Right, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think.
Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. We can't give up. Not now. We have to keep on fighting till the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. If I accuse Godon, Nahita will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So, the only way out of this is to dethrone Godon right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Godon? We haven't used this yet. Triangles are the key to the revolution. Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution and Kadain's future. In light of Godon's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that. That's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't channel the Founder even after abducting Miss Faye. After all, Inga didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become Queen. That means the only people who currently know her name are Godon and Amada. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. That begs the question, why is Godon so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Godon is obsessed with the orb because... what's spiritual power? Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Godon can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amada perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amada live? Stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So, if Godon can't channel spirits, Godon has no claim to the throne. Godon's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. You claim the authority of the Crown. You, of all people. That's a good one.
Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed, I would have the defense explain himself at once.
It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Godon so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amada live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answers to these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core.
I still do not follow, Apollo.
Your Eminence, I have just one question for you. Please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you?
What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? The defense will explain himself at once.
In Kadain, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But, Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Godon Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person? A pretender to the throne?
That's crazy talk. Impossible! Everyone knows that only spirit mediums can... Such blasphemy! On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim?
Queen Godon, if you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it by using this piece of evidence you want so badly.
Take that!
All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as the Grand Priestess of Kadain.
Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes. Oh, our Mother opened before us. Oh, great miracle of miracles. Praise be Your Eminence. May your mighty spiritual power show us the way. Enough, I say, you mindless credence.
Your Eminence?
Can it be that you cannot? No, I want a lawyer. Summon one at once.
Objection!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Kadain. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that.
Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon Her Holiness so she may guide us. I have heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you.
If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence.
You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer.
That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now?
Indeed, of all the things she had said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget.
Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Karan! Your reign of terror ends here!
Very well. Demonstrating my facility is something you went too fast. Behold the magnificent power to commune with the dead. Oh, Your Eminence! We're not asking you to do that part. You don't need to do the divination. O great spirit of the founder who dwells in the twilight realm, heed the secret covenant of the orb, and appear here before us. Here it comes. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Spirit of the founder, grace us with your presence. Times now I beseech you, appear before us, heed my call, founder, please. I missed, like, some of those words. No, wait. I was just warming up. The ride actually starts from now. Look. I don't know how to... Holy... Mother... I don't think that's that deep, so it's probably fine. Yeah. Prosecutor Sadmahi, how was Her Eminence? It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. I see, but her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later. And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat. But what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amada 23 years ago?
To become queen herself? Maybe she just craved power and attention.
She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amada alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fears and lies. And again, do not all tyrants. So then, she never really intended to kill Amada, huh?
What I don't understand is why Queen Amada even listened to Garan in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Raifa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Karain think she was dead, whilst she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garon?
My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Garon told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Garon's request to keep channeling for her, until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is.
So that's what happened.
And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Abra had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder.
Yeah, living secretly as Rafa's servant Nana no doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe.
All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her. Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadmahi has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, as has Mr. Dirk Sadmahi in the assassination attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nahyuta Sadmahi. Not guilty.
Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Nahita's smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening.
With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned. May 19th, High Court of Crime. Accused lobby.
Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat with those guards still in the courtroom. That was a shocker, alright. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go on down there and teach them a lesson myself. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Remind me to never say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex.
You did a fine job out there today, Apollo.
Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright.
It was all you. That perseverance and never-say-die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself.
What? From me? That's a laugh.
There were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will, and inner strength forged in countless trials, you overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen.
I don't know about all that.
I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I have nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney.
Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo. You finally won a seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way, too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already.
Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next.
Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Mahita, and of course, Dirk. That was pretty cool, Polly.
When did you get here?
Trusy?
Lucy, what are you doing here?
It's magic.
I'm afraid she employed the old "let's stow away" in Mr. Edgewood's suitcase trick.
What?
Oh, it certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me, you at least noticed it was heavier than usual?
Trusy, do you even have a passport? My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Hornhead, barbed head. I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Godon. And that decision was yours and yours alone.
That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself.
I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more. She sure bounced back quick. So, your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins. That you are the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amada. Yes, my mother, Her Eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining. If you can call it that.
Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal.
My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother. Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear. So, what's next for the kingdom of Kadain? You lost your queen, so...
Her benevolence, Princess Rayfa, will ascend to the throne.
Mahita, but she can't channel spirits yet, right?
Indeed, which is why I will act as regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into our own.
Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Sub...
Buff?
Is she going to say what I think she is? What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop? Ouch. In any event, I will be assisted by Nahita and Queen Amada for the time being. Queen Amada? Our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day. But for now, I will have Queen Amada assist me in that capacity.
So then she's going to be alright.
Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. That's a relief.
You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nagita beat the charges against him. And you got the revolution rolling to boot.
The revolution? Dirk. I guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Godai's history.
Yeah, right. Oh, Nagita, before I forget. There was something I wanted to give you before I head back home.
You wish to give me something?
Yes. As Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this.
Take that!
This is Dirk's.
I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all. But as the man that's going to change Kodai, it's only right that you have it.
Change Kodai?
Yeah, in Dirk's place.
Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift.
What? Why?
There's something I would like to show you.
What's this all of a sudden?
Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. May 19th, former Sakumahi law offices.
So why'd you bring us here, Nagita?
Apollo, I want you to stay here in Kodai.
What? But why?
We've lost our queen, and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court.
Wait, you're not asking me to...
Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Kodai's legal system from the ground up.
You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in.
Paul, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable.
This is way out of my league.
The revolution is still in its infancy, and it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together! You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought.
Of course. I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Rite Aid and Anything Agency to consider too.
Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do.
Something only I can do?
I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey.
Mr. Wright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Athena? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, it won't be the same without you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay. Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but... Athena, Trucy.
Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then?
I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Wright Anything agency? Or should I stay in Godian and help Nahita rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do?
May 20th, 8 a.m. Temple.
The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Karain?
I bet he was all up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. Whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it.
I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey, guys! Hey, guys! I know that booming voice anywhere. I made it. Apollo, you're here! Does this mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright.
Yes?
I've made up my mind.
Here it is. A moment of truth.
I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Karain. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let a sacrifice go to waste.
I see.
Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright.
Apollo.
Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this.
Apollo. I've never felt prouder. Proud to have such an amazing attorney working under me.
But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me.
Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you. So knock 'em dead.
You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm going to support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Grammary proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on. You bet, and I'm gonna win. I'm going to miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the US again someday. Until then, you know where to find me. Doesn't he need to get his stuff if he's moving here? The legacy of those who came before us. Is handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple. Must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it. Huh?
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Oh, lovely. This game was great.
Oh. Come on, Mr. Hat, introduce yourself.
I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna take this opportunity to announce my solo debut.
Seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave in the dust.
We're fierce rivals, you know. Can't let him fall in the spotlight.
It's just not the same without Polly, is it?
Yeah, I kind of miss him too.
I know, we should go visit him in Kadain.
That's right. It does this and it all runs so fast.
After seeing Mr. Justice in action, I got to thinking, what can I do for Kadain? And it came to me, tourism, that's what. I'll develop Kadain's tourism industry and bring in more visitors. Roll out a night tour center on the Founder's Orb. Oh, and make a museum dedicated to defiant dragons. Oh, the ideas just keep coming.
It wasn't quite his voice, but it goes so fast. Could this just show the things slightly slower, please? Ollie, you're gonna knock things down. I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky.
Thank you, but Prosecutor Sadmahi says he had needs for me. Starting tomorrow, I'll be working Kadain for a while.
And this way, I'm sure it's to be an educational experience.
True, because I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for Kadain's revolution.
Well, challenges have a lot of help, but I look forward to our next investigation. Something It's so fast.
I am that petty forehead face. Ever since you revealed the secret behind our teleportation trick, show requests have totally dried up. We'll be out on the street if we don't find some work soon. Maybe we should take Trucy up on our offer. She said we could make our debut as musicians at the right anything age. I'm gonna show her something someday. No one fires you up like a bit of bribery.
That's too fast. Slow down now. That's the one problem. It's fine if you're reading it, you know, quietly, but if you're trying to read it out loud, it's a nightmare. I don't speak quite that fast. But Ian is just like this child right now. With life and limitless potential. Faith that Dirk, my darling, taught us are in heaven or something. We'll see Dirk's legacy through the end. And just for Junior there's a secret to be a man. Hold the dots pose. Oh, it sounds like those Fatias. No. That was hard. Don't do anything. That wasn't quite the name. I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer I am.
She's quaking in her boots. Why did you? I can do this, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this.
Lucky. How dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state? Don't be mad, Simon. It's a huge party at the shops. This still tastes fine here. Try some. Great big pillock. I just lost my appetite because of you. It's hard to find good help these days. When you say, old chum. That trial the other day really inspired me. I created a Rakugo routine based on Shisho's case. It's a mystery story that'll keep flipping the audience's thinking on its head. It's called the Scary Udon Noodle. Giving away too much in the title. Keeping the tornado school going is our way of paying penance and repaying our debt to Shisho. That includes Rakugo training for that kid. There was a word after kid, but I didn't catch what it was. It's fine. With my newfound mobility, even ancient ruins, the fancy smashy Tomb Raider drops are no match for me. Fire!
The university where my father worked is letting me help with the dig. One day, I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization and dedicate it to him.
I'm also going to be on a dig in Kodai Zoo. That private justice has better not be slacking off.
I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae Clan. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Kadain Village. Oh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city girls wear? Well, look who's grown up now, but I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover.
Can't you just, like, go on a trip to the city and get some new clothes and take them back to the village?
Mother, now that you've stopped being Nana, I want a new Nana.
I wonder if there would any beginning when I was probably being silly. There were quite a handful after all. So wave your hand. You won't have your attire changed, meals prepared, and even your teeth brushed. I think I put undue burden on you, the Grand Priestess of Kadain. You're not, Raifa. You have plenty of time to do something. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs. I didn't have a super solid voice for her, and it's just like, oh. I get this pacing is going with music, but ugh. Benevolence is taken to calling me braid, and even worse, she trembles and her face turns red when she speaks to me. I don't deserve such animosity. It's true that I'm merciless with my justice. But given such a dismissive name is entirely uncalled for. What I had to do. Perhaps I shall consult Apollo about this. She's embarrassed. How is he doing, Mr. Wright? Right, he's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He would have his own practice calling justice law offices. Thank you. This would have been impossible without you. And before I forget, I made a copy of this photo for you. Photo? Oh, I know this. Jove. It's so good to see him again. Don't you think it's about time we told them the truth? After all, they've both grown into fine young people now. You're right. Perhaps it is about time they knew. So that would be, oh, what's her name? Singer lady, who is Apollo's mother, and also, Trucy's mother. Her name has escaped me. Was there an L? Lamidar, that was it. This just appears to be a nice little montage of things that happened with the song. That's fine. Anyway, this game was great. I quite enjoyed it. It's a little early to stop, but it wouldn't really make much sense to carry on past this. And I didn't do the proper grinding in Pokemon game because I was like, I'll do this, and also I just never think to play it in my off time. I've been playing Stardew Valley instead. Let's see. I remember hearing something about some of the games having like DLC cases. I didn't see DLC on the store page, so I'm not sure if they were like included in the collection proper or what. I'd have to look. That could be fun to do sometime. Because the 3DS was capable of attaining DLC. The DS was not, so Apollo Justice wouldn't have any. But the other two will should. Maybe it could, that is what I mean. Should is not the word. But I suppose I'll have to poke around the menus. Because I've heard of them. Nope. Vaguely. There's like something about an orca. I don't know. The models in this game were definitely better than the models in the first 3D game, the Dual Destinies, but still looked a little off here and there. It was mostly fine, but that turnaround of Apollo looked weird. Oh. Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided something. You're Mr. Wright. I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice?
It's just I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time.
Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Godine's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster.
Yeah, I know, but...
Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I have told them to contact you. Weren't there previous lawyers who, like, were able to renounce their lawyer things and, not be executed or whatever? Can you, like, call them up and be like, hey, you want to come back and do something? I estimate it will only add about 16 clients to your caseload.
Now wait just 1 minute. I've been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read, legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice Law offices. I've already received requests from 380 new clients. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I?
I trust you did your cords of steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There's no need to hold back. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today.
Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of.
Oh. Objection!
Alright, that's that. What is costumes? Oh. Cute. Oh, special episode. Does this have one of those then? It does. Okay. But you do not. And we also have art and stuff. What's this? Stuff. Concept art and things. Where's the animation studio? Oh! Or you can set up your own little things. That's fun. I remember hearing something about that being added to the update they did for the Phoenix Wright trilogy. What is... Oh, these are the achievements you can get. Nice that it shows you. Apparently there's special episodes though, which I missed playing the previous thing, so I might do that next time. We'll see. But as for now, Spirit of Justice has been completed. The next main game I have planned out is the Great Ace Attorney 2. I don't know if it had... The first one's the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I don't know if this one is also Adventures or something else. The second one, though. And after that, last time I said I didn't have anything else planned, but I remember. I do. I have Raincode, Master Detective Files. I picked that up. Master Detective Archives Raincode is what it's called, whatever. I picked that up when it was on sale around, I think at the same time I got the Ace Attorney games. So, that's a thing. Not next time. Pokemon can be put off a week, it's fine, who cares? I guess... I'm not sure what I'll do. If I want to next time do the other, do these special cases or start one of them or whatever. Or if I want to, like, start up the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It might be better to just do the special ones now, just because... Not now, but next, rather. Just because that will function best. What are you talking about? Oh, that's an art book. I don't need that. Anyway. I haven't been going very long, but that is the end of the game, and there's no real point starting up a special episode separate. Or together, rather, with the game, so... That should stop here, and then I'll... But then I'll, do... Yeah. Special episode. We'll start with the one for Dual Destinies, and that will happen on Friday. And after that, I'm not sure how long it is, so we'll either carry on Monday for it, or we'll move on to the next one. Depends on how long it is. I don't know. Or who knows. If they're so short, they might even be able to be completed in the same thing. Who knows? Anyway, that's all for today, though. I will be back on Friday, and we'll get into that special episode to see how it is. Yes. That's all, though. Have a nice day. Bye.